Taurus, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy, and apparently I'm throwing cards already. Oh, okay. So really positive start, even though I hold the cards loosely. So sometimes they fall out a little bit easier than other times. It's just really the energy. What else do you need to know? Okay. What else is influencing this? And your potential outcome? I am not surprised to see that card. So I'm just going to kind of roughly talk a little bit about the August energy here. So we are in Leo season. We are approaching Lionsgate here. So Lionsgate, actually, I think we're already in the energy. It's going to hit kind of that culmination point on 8/8, usually does. It's a portal. There's a lot of energy behind it. This is an 8-year. I am not surprised to see, actually, we've got 3 8s that are out here. So again, not surprised to see this energy. Getting the Strength card, that is Leo. This is Lionsgate. I'll talk more about that specifically when it comes to that daily read, just because there is going to be a lot of energy happening here. It's the sign of infinity. It feels like a lot of things are kind of coming to this, okay, kind of let's take a look at everything. What do I need go forward type of energy. So looking here, bottom of the deck, King of Cups. This feels like the energy that you're sitting in right now, where I'm getting this sense of self-love. I'm getting the word abundance. So abundance might be something that you're focused on right now. You're really trying to almost kind of fill your heart with whatever is going to make you happiest in the long run. The King of Cups is a very mature energy. So when it comes to looking at your emotions, evaluating everything, evaluating your situation, circumstances, all of it, you're not just, it's not just black and white to you. There is a lot of gray that is happening. You're recognizing all of that it's never just an either or, always never type of situation. That's the sign of maturity. That's when you can look at this entire situation and say, you know what, people make mistakes, but that doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means they made a mistake. And so it's within me to forgive them for something here. Definitely getting that sense of forgiveness, but it could be something along the lines of, whatever it is. I don't want to use the word trivial because I don't think it's trivial. I think it's more along the lines of it impacted you in a way, but it wasn't something that is worth ending some sort of relationship over. That's where the maturity comes into play, where you're able to recognize that in the situation and say, yes, people make mistakes, and I'm going to forgive this other person for the sake of the relationship because I do want this to continue on. Regardless of what the relationship is, I mean, mistakes happen everywhere. So kind of jumping into the energy of the reading here. So the two cards that really kind of flew out, Temperance, first one out. So Sagittarius energy may or may not be significant, but what this is all about is finding that inner balance. So when you think about really balancing your inner emotions here with that King of Cups energy, that very mature energy here, that's what Temperance also represents. So there's a lot of synergy between these two cards. And in fact, as soon as I picked up this King of Cups, we had another 8 showing up underneath. So there's definitely something significant taking place right now. It feels like, oh, I'm getting the sense of worlds colliding. Sudden realizations. I'm getting a lot of very small phrases, but they really kind of play into this entire situation here. So with the Temperance is the Knight of Wands. This is movement. This is something that you're actively doing. These would be actions that you're taking to keep yourself in some sort of emotional balance here. You don't want to swing to one extreme or the other. Temperance is about finding that middle ground, that moderation. So I do like to see that because that tells me just where you are mentally and emotionally. It's a very, very healthy place. The universe here with the 8 of Swords, this is a card of overthinking. And so the universe is really encouraging you to get out of your head. So whatever is taking place here, it's almost like you just need to process and move on, because the 8 of Swords, thinking about it, overthinking about it, analyzing the situation, you're really trapping yourself in. This is a self-imposed prison of the mind. There's nothing here externally that is keeping you in this energy. It's all internal. So there's this sense of letting that go so that you can move forward. Ace of Swords showing up in your past energy here. This is the clarity. This is where the realizations that if I want this relationship to move forward, then I'm going to have to make some concessions here, that it can't be I have to cut this person out because this person made a mistake. It's not that type of energy. This is where the clarity came in. This is where the maturity really started to develop, or maybe this is where you were looking at it through that very mature lens so that you could make the right decisions for yourself, because there's something about another person, and I'm not picking it up in these cards specifically, but what I'm getting with that King of Cups energy is that there is another person here, and there's some level of forgiveness that needs to take place in order for you to be able to move forward with whatever comes next here. Because in your strength position is the Fool. So the Fool is a brand new beginning. This is cleared karma. This is, you've learned all the lessons. Let's start something new. No expectations here, meaning no expectations that patterns from the past are going to repeat. You're going to have some sort of expectation here because you're going after something. You're not just blindly moving forward. Although you could be, in a sense, but there's a goal in mind. It's never without that goal. You might be taking steps without really understanding what you're doing, but you still have a goal in mind. Two of Wands is showing up in your near future. The Two of Wands, this is about making some sort of decision. This is about seeing the potential in a situation, like kind of really looking off into the distance, seeing that potential in the situation and saying, that's the direction that I need to move in, which makes a lot of sense playing off this Fool energy. So you might be taking steps right now, but your eye is on the distant future and figuring out what do you need to do long term in order to get what you want. When I look at the external influences here, so in what else do you need to know? We have the Nine of Wands with the Page of Swords. So the Nine of Wands is a wounded warrior. Page of Swords is some sort of clarification. This could be some sort of conversation that you're having with another person as it relates to maybe dropping your guard. Putting down this barrier. This actually feels really connected to this King of Cups energy, where this is the forgiveness that you're being encouraged to seek. There's some sort of wound that's coming to the surface that requires you to forgive. Maybe it's another person. It could be you. I am actually picking up more another person, but there's this sense of, I need to forgive this in order to be able to move forward. Ace of Cups is showing up also in this external influences. So this is really how the universe is shaping the situation. So in what else you need to know, we have the Ace of Cups showing up. The Ace of Cups is a new beginning. It's one going after emotional fulfillment. And what I really love about this is that it's playing off this King of Cups energy. And so the emotional maturity, that lens, moving into your next chapter, going down this next path for yourself, you're going to be seeing things differently. And it has to do with the fact that you've been healing from whatever this wound was, whatever this trigger was that came to the surface. Eight of Wands is showing up in your hopes or fears position. So again, another 8. This is having some sort of productive conversation with another person. This is movement forward. This is being confident and feeling good just in general with the direction that you're going. So it's showing up as a hope. And then we have the Strength card here in your potential outcome. And when I look at the energy of the Fool to the Two of Wands to the Strength, because there's a connection here with this energy, it's about moving forward, even if you don't know what lies directly in front of you. This is that kind of blindfolded moment that I was picking up on, where you can see out into the distance, but there's something right in front of you that you're not seeing. So you're really digging deep. You're finding the strength to go after exactly what you wanted here. So whatever wound came to the surface might be connected or might have created some sort of fear in an outcome, meaning that you didn't think you were ready for it or that you weren't capable of achieving that. There was something about this that requires some sort of inner strength. So let's get some additional detail here. With the Temperance and the Knight of Wands, I'm getting the Queen of Cups. So a lot of self-care, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. What this tells me is from an internal standpoint. So we all, within every single one of us, we have masculine and feminine energy. This tells me, because of Temperance here, that you've been able to balance when is it appropriate to act on my feelings versus receive more information before I make a decision, or just kind of take it all in and figure out, what do I need to do with this? How do I better myself throughout this entire process? So it's like, what kind of action do I need to take externally based on my emotions versus internally based on my emotions? So I love to see that coming up. Okay, so Temperance is going to be showing up a lot for you. Clarifying the Eight of Swords, so that self-imposed prison of the mind here, getting out of your head, overthinking things. Temperance, finding that inner balance is going to help you get out of this energy. So find it. It looks like you're in it right now. Stay in this energy, because it feels like maybe it's very easy for you to slide back into overthinking, overanalyzing. Justice card is also coming out with it. That is that sense of balance. That is looking for that fair outcome. And I'm getting this sense of, so I know I've said it in a couple of videos, so I'm a lawyer, but I'm not practicing right now. But the whole purpose of the justice system is to make you whole. So if you've been wronged in some sort of way, what needs to happen here in order for you to kind of get back to where you are? How do you make yourself whole? And now it's what that whole means in every situation is a little bit different here. And for you, this has a lot to do with that inner balance of finding that sense of fairness within yourself, balancing everything out, finding that sense of fairness in whomever you've been dealing with or wherever this forgiveness needs to take place. That's what's going to help you get out of that self-imposed prison of the mind. There's this balancing energy, internal and external. It is about making yourself whole, which is that healing energy. So let's get the Ace of Swords. We have the Five of Cups. This is the clarity that you got in the past here. There was a change in perspective, specifically as it relates to your emotions, because this five, which is change, is all about your emotional energy. And so there was a need to change your perception of the situation. Look at it differently, understand what needed to happen here from an emotional space standpoint. With the Fool, I'm getting the Two of Swords. This is the blindness. If you actually look at the person here in this card, this person's blind. So you don't see exactly what's in front of you. All you know is that you're embarking on some sort of new journey. That's your strength in this situation, because what you're doing is really stepping out of your comfort zone, trying something new here. Even if you don't have that clear vision on what you need to do next, which is that Two of Swords energy, it's standing at a crossroads, needing to decide something. So then we have the Two of Wands showing up here. Two of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. This is the new beginning. You're looking way off into the distance, figuring out what do you need to do for yourself long term. That Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning, but it's something focused long term here. There is this time period, a very long period of time connected to it. With the Nine of Wands and the Page of Swords, I'm getting the Eight of Cups. These eights are everywhere. So underneath the King of Cups was the Eight of Cups, and now it's showing up here in the reading. And so with the Nine of Wands, Page of Swords, Eight of Cups, this is about you healing that wound that came to the surface, putting it behind you, really giving yourself that, I want to say you're almost approving of yourself to go after exactly what you want here, because the Eight of Cups is moving towards the Nine of Cups. You're putting this past behind you so that you can move forward and go after what you want. With the Ace of Cups, I am getting the Eight of Swords. So interesting here, because you're going after some sort of emotional fulfillment. You were really looking at it through that lens. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, I'm getting a lot of temperance, justice. The Eight of Swords is out here twice. We have a lot of eights showing up here. We're not that far off from Lionsgate, but what I'm getting from this energy is you're really unsure if you are capable of having that emotional fulfillment that you're looking for. Whatever comes next, there might be some apprehension or anxiety connected to, am I capable of getting what I want? This is where the universe is really trying to get you to heal the wound so that you can walk away from it, so that you can move forward, address what you need to address so you can get exactly what you want here. With the Eight of Wands, I'm getting the Five of Swords, another five, some sort of change here. You're ready to pick up the pieces, resolve some sort of conflict. Again, maybe having a conversation with another person. This seems to be something that you want, regardless if you actually want to have a conversation with another person or just maybe resolve things internally, because we don't always get closure from another person. We usually just honestly get it from ourselves. Even if somebody says the words to you, that's still never closure. It's still something that you have to get from yourself. But those words do kind of aid sometimes. So you might be looking to have some sort of conversation here, or you're just ready to pick up the pieces and move forward. Either way, you're ready to move forward. With the Strength card, I'm getting the King of Wands. We have a lot of fire energy. With Temperance, we have Leo energy with that Strength card, Sagittarius with Temperance, and the King of Wands here along with the Knight of Wands. You're ready to move forward here. Strength, King of Wands, you're really digging deep. You're allowing yourself to move forward even if you're a little bit unsure or maybe a little bit uncomfortable with the path forward. So Taurus, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.